Yeah. I had somebody tell me the other day, it don't count if my head don't shake when I year. What's going on, fam? What is going on? I'm not even 10 minutes. I'm not even 5 minutes into this live. I'm already cracking up. Those are the vibes. You heard? Those are the vibes. Happy Wednesday, family. I'm waiting for the chat to load. I'm praying that it cooperates today. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone had a good day so far, a productive day so far. And I don't know how long we're going to be using these big ass cards because I'm not used to it anymore. I got to get back in the mode. Hi, chosen one. All right, we in business. So I'm going to get right into it because I don't intend on being on here for too long today. Hopefully the audio is good and hopefully the video quality is good and I'm not blurry. I got the Five of Wands and the Hierophant, first two cards out. Which I feel like a part of me is like, I shouldn't be happy to see these cards, but I'm happy to see them together. Which is an interesting energy because it almost comes through as like somebody is questioning everything that they believed in or everything that they thought to be true. Somebody is questioning. I don't know if it's everything or if it's something. I'm not sure. And I guess that's because it's going to be different for everybody. But there's definitely an energy here of the questioning aspect with the Five of Wands. I don't usually get questioning. I usually get some type of conflict. And I mean, I don't know, maybe for some people, the questioning of a religion or the questioning of a belief system or the questioning of parental figures might actually cause some type of friction for someone. So I guess, you know, that's along the same lines or along the lines of like what we're tapping into here. But I'm going to be honest, I'm an intuitive with this, right? So the Five of Wands, I know it typically represents conflict. This doesn't necessarily give me the conflict energy. Now that in itself is a whole download because somebody's making me feel like they think we got beef. I don't got no beef. I ain't thinking about them at all. I really don't give a fuck what they got going on. So it's conflict because they think we're beefing, but like we're not beefing because I'm not paying them no fucking mind. Like I stand where I stand. I mean, somebody's in a seven of wands. Somebody's in a Seven of Wands behind a Seven of Swords. Okay, somebody's in a Seven of Wands. They're adamant about something. They're to the tooth and nail with something. Like, one and one makes two. It checks out. It is what it is. Somebody's all the way adamant about something. They're in their Seven of Wands. But somebody's in their Seven of Wands behind the Seven of Swords energy. So that tells me that someone was done wrong or someone was done wrong. Because it's the Seven of Swords. There's not really much that you could try to like finagle with a Seven of Swords energy. Seven of Swords energy is very vindictive. It's grimy shit. It's sneaky shit. It's lies. It's deception. It's vindictive. It's all the malicious things, right? And so, and I guess maybe that's why somebody's in their Seven of Wands behind the Seven of Swords. The way they keep bringing that line to me back to back to back. They keep bringing it up. Feels prominent, like it feels important to me for some reason. Oh, okay. Somebody may have tried to, like, you know, when you talking to somebody, like not romantically, I mean it could be, but like when you having a conversation, literal conversation with somebody, and somebody tries to like make a side joke or like a slick comment, and really it's like a backhanded comment. It's like they say something to you and they laughing, like it's like they say something grimy but they throw the LOL in the end. Somebody did that or something along the lines of that, which is the Seven of Swords energy, right? And then your response and how you addressed them or how you corrected them or how you like put a stop to what they were doing or like aired them out, pulled their cards. There's a million and one different ways they want me to say this. I don't got all day. So the way you handled the situation and then was done with it, the person who did the Seven of Swords, the person who gave the backhanded compliment, they're not happy about it. So that's I think that's why the five, all of this for the Five of Wands. I've been talking for a few minutes here. All of this for the Five of Wands, because I don't got the Seven of Wands. I don't got the Seven of Swords. Literally, I just got the Five of Wands and the Hierophant so far. For however long we've been live so far. So, yeah. Because somebody's making me feel like but you should be mad about this. Like, obviously, you're going to be mad about this. Obviously, this is, I know you still think about this from time to time, and somebody else is like, no, actually. It's like, well, Big Pun was like, I know you from where? Elementary school. Go that way. That's this. That's this. I'm laughing because, listen, I came in with like nostalgic feng shui, all right? That's how I came into this. So the fact that I got the Five of fucking Wands for the first card, I don't really like that. Well, my book is there. I don't really like that, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna address it and we're gonna keep it moving. I think too, somebody is really upset that they no longer have the privilege of your energy. Hi, Jennifer. Somebody's upset that they no longer have the privilege of being in your energy or having your energy. The crazy thing is that somebody's upset because they're not getting a negative response from you. It's like it's to the point where someone is such a fucking fiend that you would opt, not you, but like somebody would opt for they're thirsting for some type of reaction, some type of like energy, something. But they're bringing me back to the Five of Wands with the Hierophant with this one. Because it almost comes off as, I'm telling you, it's like somebody's like, yo, but, oh yeah, and I mean, I know this still affects you. Like, they're saying it so, like, as a matter of factly, and somebody else is like, wait, what? Just don't speak for me. Don't do me. Don't do me. Don't speak for me, because you don't got no idea. Like, I promise you, you may have a problem with the fact that I addressed your shit and then dismissed your shit. That's a you problem. Let's be clear. That don't got nothing to do with me. I'm chilling. It is what it is. I think whoever this person is, whether it's a friend, whether it's a fucking ex, whether it's a current partner, situationship partner, whatever. In-laws, oh, they said that mad loud. Wow. I ain't got those problems. No, but yo, somebody said that shit mad loud. In-laws, okay. Somebody is not thrilled with the way you handled them. The thing is, I feel like you handled them with class. Like, I don't know, maybe you used to go toe-to-toe with this person. Maybe you used to sit there and argue for hours with this person. Maybe you just used to essentially enable them and not address them whenever they try to say some funny shit. Or maybe they're just used to dealing with people who do those things. And now suddenly they had a moment with you and you made sure it was just that moment. But somebody's upset about that. The interesting thing is that I kind of feel like this is, because of the Hierophant energy, it's making me feel like whatever transpired, this isn't something that happened. I mean, it could be happening now. I don't usually speak to time, but they are specifically making me feel like this is something that's happened already. It's transpired already. And for those of y'all who are dealing with some type of in-law or like a sister-in-law, brother-in-law, father, mother-in-law, a dog-in-law, whatever, right? For those of y'all who are dealing in that aspect, there's almost this repeated, because I feel like I've been repeating certain things for the last few minutes. Like, I feel like I've repeated certain things. And so if you're dealing with like an in-law situation, it could actually be that someone, this isn't the first time. This isn't the first rodeo. Like you've had to address someone, you've had to put someone in their place, you've had to check someone before. Like this ain't the first go around with this person, with this situation. I just think that whoever this person, because it could be multiple people too. So whoever this person or these people are, they're not gonna let up either. Like this is not something that they're gonna stop. They're not gonna get the message. Like this is just in their character. This is like this is embedded in their like DNA type of energy. Like they feel very entitled. The energy I'm tapping into feels very entitled. But the thing is, they don't fuck with you. They don't really like you for real. So why the fuck you feel so entitled to my energy? If you don't fuck with me, if you feel like you better than me, if you feel like I'm X, Y, and Z, then why is it that you are thirsty for my reaction? Like, why is that? Like that, I'm even wondering that about the energy that I'm picking up on, because the energy of someone who's like feeling away because they're doing like that, like the energy of someone who's feeling away is almost relentless. It is too, like you can't win. Somebody feels like they can't win with this person. It's like, yo, I've tried to be nice to you, I've tried to break bread with you, I've tried to be cordial, I've tried ignoring you straight out, but like now, even when I'm ignoring you, you're fucking still dragging my name into shit, or you're still like you're poking even harder when I ignore you. So like, you want me to keep embarrassing you by putting you in your place, or you want me to just go my way and you go your way? What you want to do here? How you want to play this out? Because I got time either way. Wow. Whatever this is, collective, you're not taking it serious. Like, maybe in the past, you may have even put a little bit of thought into it. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how do I get through to this person? Or how can I, like, especially if this is some type of family, especially if it's in-laws, I definitely feel like at some point here, you was trying, there was an effort being made on your part. But after a while, like the boy who cried wolf energy, whether the person is lying or just being a dick or whatever, like the boy who cried wolf, the energy is still relevant, right? And so after a while, the energy gets tired. It's like, bro, I'm not gonna keep trying to bend over to fucking accommodate your little baby feelings. Like, we're not doing that. Either you're gonna be a grown-up and we're gonna move forward, or we don't gotta deal with each other at all. That fly scared the shit out of me. Scared the shit out of me. Hi Bromelda. Hi Laura. Hi Unique. I feel like you was an OG at one point. Like, obviously you're still an OG because you're still here, but I feel like you was on one of the, either the memberships or maybe even probably the Patreon way back when. Either that, or maybe it's just I see your name all the time pop up. Hi Maddie. For those of y'all who are just now coming in, we started out hot. And like, not even hot. We started out nice and airy and like, it was all kiki and jokes. And then the Five of Wands came out first card. So here we are. Somebody had you fucked up. I am going to say though, whoever I'm picking up on, the way that you handled the situation, I think even you were surprised. Like, yo, the fact that I didn't embarrass this person, or the fact that I kind of like politely, without one curse word, like, I'm surprised I even handled it the way I handled it. Like, somebody's thinking that to themselves, like, yo, let me find out I'm growing up over here. Let me find out. Somebody's like impressed even with their own. If this is some type of, because the way they screamed at me, in-laws, if this is some type of in-law thing, which I know I keep going back to that, but like, this isn't a me thing. Like, this isn't something I'm going through and so I'm bringing it to the reading. I ain't got no fucking in-laws, you heard? I ain't got that problem. But is definitely the energy that I'm feel. I don't. Maybe this is like your kids' family. So like they're not. They were your in-laws, but they're no longer your in-laws. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, possibly. I don't know, but it definitely comes off as like, yo, somebody's proud of themselves. Somebody's proud of how they handle something. If this is an in-law thing, because I was trying to avoid it and not go there. If you've been with me for a while, I feel like you might have peeped that. Because I was trying to go left and get off the message, but they brought it right back to the front. If this is some type of in-law situation, ex-in-laws, current in-laws, if this is some shit going down with people who ain't your in-laws yet, run. Don't even get married. Don't even get into the relationship. I'm not even being funny. I usually don't even like giving advice, but like, if these motherfuckers not even your in-laws yet, run the other way, bro. Run the other way. Because this is about to be a lifelong of fucking headaches that is unnecessary. And there's no winning. I said this before a few minutes ago. Like, somebody was feeling like, bro, there's no winning with these people. Like, when you argue with somebody or when you try to reason with someone who is dead set on just misunderstanding you or blaming you or you being the villain, baby, nothing you say, okay, is gonna convince them either which way. Like, that's like telling somebody, yo, the sky right now, the sky is not there. The sky is not there. And like, they're looking at the fucking sky. They see it. The sky is there every day, every night. But like, they're literally looking at you straight face like, yo, the sky doesn't exist. The earth is flat. You heard? And we landed on the moon. You heard me? Like this, and somebody, but whoever, because again, it feels like someone was trying in the beginning and then was like, you know what? Fuck this, fuck that, and fuck you. Because I ain't doing this no more. I'm not going to play the game with you. Somebody could have been dealing with a narcissist and they pulled their energy back. In Spanish, we say, lo jalé por la greña, which means you ever had like one little hair that you pull? That shit hurts more than like a handful. It's like that. Like, you pulled your energy back from a narcissistic mother, narcissistic sister, narcissistic partner, whatever, in a way that almost is like whiplash for them. And I think that's why, because for anybody who's just now coming in, like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? I came in smiles and giggles. I'm still smiles and giggles, baby. But Five of Wands was the first card out, and the Five of Wands came out with the Hierophant. And so the energy I'm tapping into is somebody stepping to you or saying some side shit to you. Like, the way that I originally picked it up was like a backhanded comment. A backhanded compliment is how I originally picked it up. Like, someone who like disrespects you, but like in a mad subtle way. That and then when you address it or when you correct it like out loud in front of everybody, they are like, wait, what do you mean? I was just joking. So it's like also the energy of like someone saying some dumb mean shit, but they hit you with the LOL at the end of the text. And so the LOL was supposed to like make it cool. So the energy that I was picking up on coming into this reading, which is why I'm still talking for probably like 20 minutes now when I just got 2 cards. I jumped right into the reading. So I literally been talking for like 22 minutes or some shit, just with 2 cards. But the energy is very much, somebody tried to be slick and you stopped them in their tracks and they don't like that. So again, I was trying to go left with it when I was saying about the in-law stuff, because somebody's making me feel like if there is an in-law situation, I think that the person someone's dealing with is or has, maybe in the past, because this could be a past partner, always defended you, or not even necessarily defended you, because it almost this feels very specific, because it almost comes off as like when you're with them, when they're with you, their parents can't like convince them of some negative shit, or like can gaslight them, can manipulate them. But when you gone for a week, or when you go back home, or whatever the case is, and then like they go, or if they go to their parents' house or something, they be around their parents for 5 fucking minutes, and then they come back home, and all of a sudden the partner is like someone else. Like the way they're doing that to me, you could be throwing somebody out because this back and forth shit. Like somebody's like, I'm done with this shit. What are you even saying right now? Like, are you dead ass? Because we're gonna have the same conversation about your crazy ass parents again. Because the last time we had this conversation, you sat in my face. You sat in my face right across from me and agreed with everything I was saying. In fact, you even agreed so much so that you fucking were putting points in yourself. Now, all of a sudden that you saw them, that you spoke to them, whatever, now all of a sudden the conversation is different. Get the fuck on, please and thank you. The thing is that you've closed the door on something. You address something, you close the door on something, and somebody else or other people don't like it. We're going to move off this energy because, girl, we're going to be here for another 2 hours talking about. Somebody's like, you're reading my life. Girl, I'm praying for you. Because what? Bota ese bulto. It's a new season coming. You heard? Bota ese bulto. Yo, the fact that the 5 of Wands comes out first, when I came in with such feng shui, like I probably came in this fucking live floating today, okay? And the 5 of Wands came out first. Like, Spirit got jokes today. Today was a day. Spirit got jokes. I don't know. I don't know. I just talked for like 10 minutes before about the 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Somebody is in the 7 of Wands behind the 7 of Swords. That may not that may not be exactly, because I said the line like fucking 4 or 5 times, but it was something along those lines of somebody is in their 7 of Wands behind their 7 of Swords. And I was saying afterwards, like, those cards are not even on the table, and yet here is the 7 of Swords. Welcome home, fam. Welcome home. Somebody's watching me like, bitch, how is you surprised? Shit like this always happens to you. It do. It do. It definitely do. 7 of Swords. Somebody's in their 7 of Wands behind the 7 of Swords. But again, I don't know if... because for some of us, it's going to be different, right? For some of us, it's going to be that we've allowed so much disrespect for so long from specific people that the minute we put up our boundaries, now all of a sudden they want to make us the villain because we enabled that. For others of us, these people that you find yourself dealing with or are around having this issue with, they're used to dealing with people who let things slide or get swept under the rug. And so now that they're dealing with you and in this capacity and you're not playing with them, they don't like that. So it's going to be like, it's either or, right? Because there's so many of us. But that 7 of Swords, if you were wondering, the 7 of Swords is there. We spoke about that already, which is wild. Shayna! Yeah! That's what I came in saying. The first thing I said on the live, I said, "Yer, what up, fam?" But like I said it mad stale, and I was laughing because it made me think. Like 2 days ago, was it yesterday or 2 days? Yo, time been funny. It was like 2 days ago. Somebody was like, "Don't stale yer me, bro. Not do in your truest Bronx form. Make sure every time you yer, your head shakes." Because unless your head is wobbling, the yer is not valid. Yo, I was crying. And so I came into the live and I was like telling y'all about that. And then I'm like yapping and smiling and good energy and sprinkling all the love. And then bam, 5 of Wands. Somebody could be upset that you're happy. Somebody could be upset that what they did or what they didn't do, rather, didn't affect you or didn't keep you in a place where you're affected. like long term. Somebody's upset about that, which is the irony, bro. Because what? What in the fucking diabolical? Hold on. I got some OGs in the chat, right? Because so I got the baby crying in the background is not mine. I know most of y'all know that because I say that shit every time that baby starts, but I don't know what baby that is. But every time the baby starts, the baby don't stop for like 3 hours. They just let the baby cry and cry and cry. So sometimes people be in the comments like, yo, tend to your child. Like, are y'all dumb? My child is about to be 20 years old. That's not my kid. That kid is not even in this house. Okay? I'm in New York City. I'm in the ghetto. That's my neighbors from like 3 blocks. You heard? I don't know. Anyway, the Hierophant. The Two of Cups. The Emperor. And I'm asking for my OGs to help my little corazoncito because my OGs know. My OGs know what I always say about the Emperor and the Queen of Swords. Darling. And then they come out together with the fucking Two of Cups. It's funny too because I got the King of Cups. I got the King of Cups and Justice. Somebody was dealing with a King of Cups energy and they were trying to work with the King of Cups energy. Trying to help the King of Cups energy, trying to grow with the King of Cups energy. Gave the benefit of the doubt to the King of Cups energy. And the King of Cups gonna always be the King of Cups, baby. The King of Cups is gonna always be the King of Cups, my darling. And so again, my OGs already know, but if you're new here, shout out to y'all. The King of Cups energy on this platform, because I don't care what he look like on the other platforms. On this platform, the King of Cups, low-key toxic. Like, if this is a narcissist, this is like a covert narcissist. Most people don't even look at him that way, or her, but I'm saying him because it's a king. It could be a woman. In this energy, it's an energy we're talking about. This is somebody who is very sneaky, doesn't necessarily speak about the shit that they need to be speaking about. They don't really address the things that they need to be addressing. They're not really assertive. They're not really upfront. And they like to use the cloak of like, I just want to keep my peace, or I just like to keep to myself, or I'm too grown so I don't interact with certain like they like to give the bravado of like, I'm too good, I'm too woke, I'm too smart, I'm too mature, I'm too all these things. But like, really what it is insecurity. That's what that is. It just looks like something that it's not because of the aesthetic. This person may very well be in their 50s, 60s, whatever, right? But this person is very immature. This person doesn't know how to really... This person knows what they feel, but they don't know how to articulate what they feel. They don't know how to take care of what they're feeling. They don't know how to preserve parts of the things that they're feeling. They don't know what to preserve, let alone the fact that they have to preserve certain feelings. They're not, this person is disingenuous even with themselves. And so they don't have the capacity, because again, they're immature. They lack the capacity of understanding the importance of communicating and communicating effectively. Not just to put on a show, because this is somebody who would just communicate enough to where they get what they need out of something, and that's it, and that's all. But again, it's the bravado. It's like there's a image that this person is like portraying. It's funny. King of Cups is funny because I was just about to say where the fuck I was going with this and the whole point was I was getting at was the King of Cups was distracting someone. And because it's a male and we only have one female, but we also have the Emperor, which means 2 males and 1 female, right? Energy. This is, I'm talking about energy, but I'm saying male, female because of the cards. And there was a Queen of Swords here that was very distracted by a King of Cups energy. And that's, what What is the whole purpose of a clown? What is the whole purpose of, I don't even know what the fuck they're called, the people who work in circuses and do like the acrobats and all that shit? Like, what is the purpose of them? Is to stall, to entertain. Like, usually in a circus, there's a whole performance going on just to like make sure that the audience is focusing on this side of the stage and not looking at this side of the stage where certain things are being set up for the next scene, for the next act, for the next part of the show. Next time you go to a circus, look at that. Like, pay attention to that, because that's what this is making me feel like. Somebody was doing the most to be very performative, because there was a certain part of them, i.e. a certain part of the stage, that someone didn't want a Queen of Swords to see or to focus on. If this is romantic, right, in simplest terms, if this is romantic, this is a third party that may not have actually been a third party. So this is somebody who, again, Queen of Swords would have been dealing with somebody who they were trying to help, who they were trying to understand, who they were trying to grow, build, blah, 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 blah. All the things you do when you're in a relationship. It sounds good, it sounds good, it sounds great, right? But it only sounds good and great if we both winning. It doesn't sound as good or as great if the shit you're spinning to me is only going to benefit you. And more so, if it's only going to benefit you and hurt me. Like, really, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? So, there was a distraction here. And I'm saying distraction with the King of Cups because justice is right after. Everything that you do in the dark, collective. This is the oldest lesson on this channel, in the book, in the Bible, whatever book you read. You feel me? Like, everything done in the dark will always come to the light. So if you're acting like a fucking moron and making pretend like you don't know any better, people who are dealing with you will eventually see right through you. Some people will see right through you immediately off the rip. I don't really gotta say much about this because my OGs, you already know what this means to me. And if you're not an OG and you haven't been on here long and you just now catching me, don't forget to hit that like button. But also, we also got the Two of Cups here. So even if you're new to this channel, I'm pretty sure you're not new to tarot. Because then how else you got here? You know what I mean? Because this right here, this looks real good. In fact, this feels real good. The Hierophant was still on the table. This is long-term commitment. This is coming together with someone, even if it's not romantic, because for a lot of us that resonate with this, it is. Even if you don't even know who the Emperor is yet, I can guarantee you that the faster you get rid of what's taking up room, performing, the faster what needs to be will be. You feel me? Because somebody's like, I'm single, girl. I'm newly single. Well, you may not be single for long. Time is funny like that. You could be with somebody for 15 years, be miserable as fuck, and the minute you single and you plan to have the best, hottest, thickest summer, now all of a sudden you meet Mr. Right. Now all of a sudden you on the beach in a G-string, but you got your boo with you. You feel me? But it's somebody who's like, with the Hierophant, the King of Cups would have been self-conscious if you was on the beach in a G-string with them. The Hierophant energy with the Two of Cups and the Emperor, because this is why I always say that the Emperor and the Queen of Swords go together real bad, because the Empress don't really give the Emperor the same energy. The Empress is very mundane, and it's not that she's negative, because I love the Empress energy, but there's no spice. Like, she's very vanilla. Not that there's anything wrong with vanilla, but she's very vanilla, and the Emperor is fire. The Emperor needs to consistently be brought back to his toes. The Emperor may be borderline a masochist. Borderline. Because now I'm feeling like the Emperor kind of always wants to, like, needs the energy of someone that's going to remind them, like, you may be the man here, but I wear the pants here. I'm allowing you to lead. I'm steering you. You leading, but I'm steering you. Don't forget it. But like the Emperor likes that. And the thing with the Emperor is that the Emperor doesn't feel like emasculated whenever the Queen of Swords is in her true energy, which is masculine energy. The Queen of Swords is masculine energy. The Queen of Swords is a boss. She gets shit done. She's very direct. She's very assertive. They're telling me a wimp, which is funny. I don't even speak like that. Like, I don't necessarily use that term, but somebody's like that the King of Cups was too wimpy. Like, his balls weren't big enough to deal with a Queen of Swords. And I mean, listen, touche. Touche. Because that's why I say the Emperor and the Queen of Swords are a match. Whereas a King of Swords, Queen of Swords, what they would do is clash. What they would do is clash. And again, like I said, the Empress and the Emperor, for me personally, the way that I look at the cards and the way that I read them intuitively, has always been the Empress and the Emperor being vanilla, and the Emperor needing some spunk. The Queen of Swords is the spunk. You feel me? Queen of Swords is the energy of somebody who their whole life people have told them, you too loud, you too much, you too dominant, you too masculine. And her whole life she been saying, it ain't me, it's you. You too small, you too little, you too quiet, you too much of a wimp. I ain't the problem, you the problem. Feel me? That was super dope, the way that just came out, because that was effortless. Ooh, the Fool. You know, it's interesting, the Fool. So typically on this, oh, really quick, because I feel like there's somebody new watching this or gonna watch this, and they're like, well, how the fuck did you get that? Because I do watch a whole lot of tarot, and I never heard some shit like that. People always tell me that when I talk about this in particular. I have a whole like series, mini series, where I break down all the royals. The Emperor, the Empress, the King and Queen of Swords, Cups, Pentacles, Wands, all the things. And I break them down individually and how I look at them as energy and how I look at them as energies together with each other. Like a whole mix. Like I talk about the Emperor with all the queens individually. I talk about the Queen of Swords with all the kings and the Emperor individually, type of shit. That series is currently on the memberships, but I do have that. We did a whole thing on this. Like, this was back Patreon days. I just said that to one of the people in the chat. I don't remember who it was. I feel like I was just talking about Patreon days a few minutes ago. My memory is shot. The ghetto, darling, the ghetto. So, I was saying, the Fool. Typically on this platform, ever since the very beginning, the very first year, which our anniversary is like 2 weeks away. We're about to be like 6 or 7 years on this platform. That's not crazy. That's insane. But ever since the very beginning, we've always had a card that kind of always found its way out, no matter what deck we were pulling from or anything, which may not sound like really prominent, but when you think about the fact that, especially that first 2 years that we were on here, we were going live for like 6 hours straight. Like, y'all were running errands with me, pulling cards, talking shit, giving energy, downloads, channel messages, all the things. 6, 7 hours straight we were going live. And if we pulled decks from 12, if we pulled cards from 12 decks, different decks, there was always this one specific card that would keep coming out. And so in the very beginning, I always remember it was the Judgment card for us. And then I think like the following year was that Queen of Wands. No, that was the third year, was the Queen of Wands, because I remember specifically getting the download of protecting the Queen of Wands at all costs. And then we just started seeing the Queen of Wands pop. She was popping out every fucking day, every fucking reading. We were going live hours on Patreon, breaking down the energy of the Queen of Wands. So there's always a card like that. And this year particularly was the Fool. Or is the Fool. We still got like 6 months left for the year. So 6 or 8 months left. Either way, point is, the Fool is here on the table. I feel like somebody really was trusting your gangster, which is, you know what they say? Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids, bro. That was stupid as fuck. That was stupid as fuck. Because I got the Fool, and then the Tower, and then the Strength. Somebody literally was like, you can't do that. You won't do that. Oh, is it raining? No, that was the wind. Damn, it's supposed to rain, and I actually love the rain, but my baby's outside with no umbrella. I know she's gonna be tight when she get home. I'm trying to wait until she get home before I leave, which is why we going live at this time. I'll be all over the place. I genuinely be all over the place. Somebody tried it though. They definitely did. They definitely did. The thing is that they counted you out. They didn't think that you had it. They didn't think that you know, and you know what's funny is that I'm saying this, but I don't believe it. I'm saying this person didn't believe in you. This person didn't think you could do it. This person didn't think you were going to be able to do it. But that's me, the reader, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. And maybe that's what somebody's saying. Maybe somebody's telling you, no, I wasn't counting you out. It was that I just didn't think it was possible. That they're bullshitting. They're lying out of their fucking jibs. They're lying. I promise you. Somebody was counting you out because they knew that what they couldn't do, that what they didn't have the balls to do, you could do it, and you might do it twice. And so to discourage you, because now, you know, when somebody is, when somebody done tried everything and it don't work, and then they start like scrambling, trying to figure something out, pull something out their ass, somebody now is like, was telling you, you can't do that. You can't. It's impossible. It's never been done before. What they're saying is, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I know, bitch, you might be able to do it. So I don't want you to do it because I cannot do it. And so I'm going to try to convince you with everything in me that you can't do it. That's what this is. Because the Fool, the Tower, and the Strength, it had to be a real fool to count you out. For some of you, you are the Fool. And not this one. Not this card. Like, you are a fool because you thought that you didn't have what it took to get through this. Whether this was a breakup, whether this was... Somebody's like, yo, I lost my job. I thought I was going to lose my crib. A bitch was losing her mind. I was losing it. I lost it for a little while. And I didn't think I was going to be able to pull myself back in. And Spirit is telling me to tell you that you a fool. Like an actual fool. Or you were an actual fool to not think that you had the ability of the Fool card. I really wish they wouldn't have named it this. Because it always fucks me up. Because people who don't know tarot, they always like the Fool. Like, I ain't the Fool. The Fool is probably the bravest motherfucker in the deck. Easily. Because he's doing all the things that nobody else is willing to do. And so, therefore, he's going to see results that no one else is going to see results on. And not in the capacity or the way that anybody else is going to see or feel it. It's like, if you think about, like, we just were talking about the Emperor. An Emperor knows. My shit is big. I'm all the way with the shits. An Emperor knows that. The Fool energy is like... The things that I'm about to do, I can't even conceive them in my brain yet. I haven't even gotten to that part yet. But the crazy thing is that this motherfucker is still doing it. This motherfucker is still showing up. Is still doing the work. Is still taking the leaps. And so really, who's braver? The Emperor? Who knows they could do it and they could do it 3 times over? Or the Fool who did it even though they thought, yo, I might not make it to the other side. There's a thin line, collective, between integrity and idiocy. Like, there's a difference between you being a whole moron and doing something that is going to fry you, and you know it's going to fry you, right? There's a difference between that and it's not integrity. Well, I mean, I guess it is integrity, but it's also like courage. I said integrity though, but so I guess integrity can be counted in two. But there's a difference. There's a thin line between both of those things. Because somebody was being if a fool, not fool energy. Somebody was being a fool to allow themselves or to even make themselves believe that they didn't have what it takes to see something through. Somebody could have been, if you were dealing, again, whether you were dealing with a narcissist who was a parent, a spouse, whatever, a professor, don't even matter. If you were dealing with somebody who was extremely narcissistic, I think they may have actually succeeded for a little while in making you doubt yourself. Because the thing is with this fool, somebody's making me feel like it's literally insanity that I thought I couldn't do this when, bitch, I had already done this before. Like, before this situation, before this, like I said, they're tapping me in, and specifically, I don't know, I guess I could be talking to a woman, because they're making me feel like I lost my job, I could have lost my crib, I lost my spouse, or I got rid of my spouse who really wasn't spousing. I thought I was about to lose my kids. Like, I was losing my mind. And I thought there was no coming back from that, right? And it specifically feels like it's a woman saying that to me, because Spirit is literally saying, bitch, but you rebuilt before. That's like, for example, let's say a woman who has a kid or kids, but they're not with the father of the kids, and they get into a new relationship, and they go through the trenches, and then, you know, coming out of that second relationship or the newer relationship with like a step parent, and Spirit is saying, like, did you not think your life was over when you and the father split up? Like, didn't you feel like the biggest failure when that happened? And look at how far you came. You came so far that you was able to love again after everything you went through. The first time, the second time, the third time, the eighth time, however many times it is. And this is just an example. The message is still the same. Whether this is a familial thing, whether this is friends, whether this is a romantic thing. Because for a lot of us, this is internal. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with anyone else in particular. It's with everyone else. It's like Spirit is literally telling somebody, you stop doubting that you can do something. Look at how much you have already done. No one else in your bloodline has done that. If you was an addict for 12 years, but the last 20 years you've been sober, nobody has done that in your fucking whole bloodline. Are you kidding me? Like, look at where you are. Look at how your kids are. And look at where you came from. No one has done what you've done. And so for you to be able to sit there and still question yourself, we got to go back to the drawing board here. Because this is not okay. Like, Spirit is literally like, this is not. I think that's why the Tower is here too. Because the Fool came out with the Tower. It was just like this. Like that. So it was the Fool first, and then the Tower, and then Strength. This is someone overcoming a tower. The thing is, I feel like this tower specifically is there on purpose. Because Spirit is almost this. Somebody's saying, like, somebody could physically be telling you, like, the way you keep tricking yourself into this shit or swindling yourself out of this shit, like, you need to stop doing that. Because you're going to love, you're going to lose, you're going to get jobs, you're going to lose them, you're going to do this, you're going to lose at that, you're going to do that. It's going to start and it's going to stop. It's going to begin and it's going to end. We're born and we die. That's it. That's what we know. You know, the whole point is to enjoy the journey, right? Somebody is not necessarily doing the most that they could do with their journey. Because now they're making me feel incomplete. Lonely. I don't know if it was with the members. It might have been with the members. But I could have been live. Either way, there's an energy. I think it was with the members. I was talking about this recently where somebody was making me feel extremely lonely. I felt lonely. Like, and I may not even be alone. I could have a partner or I have family around me, like, but I feel alone. And I think, not me, but that's the energy here. That's the message. And I think that that's because the part of you that you need the most is what's missing. Because somebody's walking around like, I'm confident, I'm this, I'm that, I'm strong, I'm this, I'm that. But then when you're faced with certain things, you're the first person to doubt yourself. That's not actually strength. And it doesn't show weakness either, because you still, because they're telling me in Spanish, todavía estoy metiendo mano. And so I'm still here, I'm still showing up. But that inkling of doubt, spirit is uncomfortable with that for you, whoever I'm talking to. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. And so whoever I'm talking to, also, if you do have kids, somebody's kids are just now getting like old enough to where it's time to teach them like the streets aspect of living, right? It's not just like, this is ABC, this is 1, 2, 3, this is blue, this is green. It's not be nice, this is not kind, this is kind. We're past that. Somebody's child is like getting a little bit older, and somebody's like, okay, like, how do I do this? How do I navigate this? Like boyfriends and girlfriends and puberty and fucking my son is 11 and waking up with hard-ons. I'm a single mother. How am I supposed to deal with this? Like, what do I do? You know, which way do I go? And I think that even that in itself, somebody is like, oh shit. Or like a single father, but you got a daughter who's about to be on her period. So somebody is like questioning themselves, like, fuck, what do I do? You're gonna see yourself through, like, you're gonna see it through. It's not a question of that. But that inkling or that hesitation in the very beginning, for some reason, spirit wants to prep you out of that. Like, spirit is like, I want to get them out of that habit, because what's next for them, we can't afford that hesitating. It's like, yo, when I was teaching Izzy how to drive, when she was like 13, I'm like, can I get arrested for that? I don't know. But she was like on the street. I mean, I was too, but it was different because the cars, it was different. I'm about to incriminate myself on live. I be forgetting I'm live. Sometimes I be thinking I'm talking to the members. Either way, point is this. When I was teaching Izzy how to drive, and I've taught like a handful of people, probably more, to how to drive, right? And I always say, but for some reason they were showing me when I said it to Izzy, so that's what I'm gonna use as an example. When I was teaching Izzy how to drive, I kept telling her, like, before even getting in the car, I kept telling her, like, the one thing you're not gonna do is hesitate. What you're not gonna do is hesitate, because think about when you're driving and you at a stop sign, the next car is at a stop sign. If you hesitate to go on your turn, that's when the accident is going to happen. If you at the light and you about to go and you press the gas, but then press the brake and then press the gas and then and you start hesitating, that's where the accidents happen. And I always say that to people when I teach them how to drive, but I specifically was being shown when I said that to Izzy. That's this here. Because that's not just relevant when driving. That's relevant for everything. The minute you hesitate, you're literally putting the energy into the universe that you're not sure if you got what it takes, if you cut out to see something through. Whether this is starting a new business, whether this is changing your lifestyle, your eating habits, whatever the case is, you putting even just an inkling of doubt into the universe is unacceptable at this level. Now, that's the message for somebody that I've been on for the last few minutes, because here I am. Something is unacceptable. Somebody may be coming into some type of a union. If this is romantic, I'm laughing because if this is romantic, this is somebody coming into a union. This is somebody coming out of something that was super toxic, right? And the thought is, well, I gotta be single for a few years before I can be in another relationship. And I mean, while that's partially true, it's not always the case, right? And somebody is making me feel like, yo, you're gonna hesitate on a potential partner that could be a soulmate, an important soulmate, because I'm in the belief that we have more than one. Like, I believe everybody we deal with, especially the karmics, are lessons. And I only refer to people who refuse to change as karmics, because we all have karmic energy. This is my belief. We all have karmic energy. And so, like, for example, as perfect as I am, I was toxic at some point, right? So I was a karmic at some point. But, like, what I did, I no longer do. How I responded, I no longer respond. How I showed up, I no longer show up. I rectified the things that needed to be rectified. I healed through what I needed to heal through for those parts of me. Not that I'm done healing, because I'm going to never, not ever get on any platform and say I'm healed. Because, bitch, I'm the type that laughs at people who say that they are healed completely. Because that's, are you dead? Because if you're not dead, you're not healed yet. Like, there's no way. So, somebody's about to hesitate. Why the fuck they're playing the R. Kelly Step in the Name of Love? I don't know. It is what it is. Somebody may need to actually step. Like, take the first step for, which I put that in the title. What was the title? Hold on. I didn't even talk about the fucking title this whole time. I've been just chatting away. Don't take it personal. This isn't your fight. And baby steps are still forward movement. That right there, baby steps are still forward movement. That was what I was just tapping into. But don't take it personal, because something's going to transpire or is transpiring, which that resonates with what we came into the reading. That Five of Wands, how somebody was just like, whatever. Somebody wasn't even paying somebody else no mind. So the message is, don't take something personal. Somebody's acting up. Somebody's trying to gaslight. Somebody's trying to manipulate. Somebody's trying to make it seem like you're this person, but it's because they're that person. So don't take it personal when somebody's acting like a fucking buffoon. That's a reflection of them. That don't got nothing to do with you. I always say, like, my pops used to always be like, yo, don't argue with no fucking body. Don't argue. Because when you argue, people from the outside looking in, they can't differentiate who's the fool and who's not. Don't argue with nobody. You speak your piece. You do as much as you can to be understanding for them, for their piece. And you either reach that mutual and move forward, or you don't. But don't sit there and entertain no clown shit. Don't entertain the circus. I think I made a reference to the circus like 5 different times in this reading. And this isn't your fight. Basically meaning, I was referencing the Queen of Pentacles. For my members, you guys are going to know because that video is loading for you guys now. I did a whole reading based on this title. But this isn't your fight. I was referencing the Queen of Pentacles because the Queen of Pentacles is, or not because, but now that I'm thinking about it, this isn't your fight. I saw the Queen of Pentacles energy when I was getting the title for this, when I was pulling cards. And the Queen of Pentacles is the energy of someone who constantly is helping, trying to help, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to be an octopus, right? She borders that codependency where she's giving, and has nothing left over for herself in the end. It's not sustainable. And so this isn't your fight. Somebody has to learn how to let people deal with their karma on their own. Somebody has to learn how to empathize with people when they tell you the things that they're going through, but not immerse yourself into the pain and situations that they're going through. It's not your job. You're not Captain Save-A-Hole. This is not your fight. Most people are going through their karma. Others are going through shit that's terrible, it's horrible, it's tragic, but there's lessons, there's reasons. And a lot of times you notice that you go through things, or people that you know go through things on account of other people. And so it's like, you could be affected and really not good emotionally and not good physically because you're stressed out and you're so depleted because you're dealing with somebody who has to deal with, or who's dealing with their demons. And so because they're ignoring it and they're not doing what needs to be done, their energy is all fucked up. And because you're the one that's dealing with them directly, lover, friend, parent, whatever, now your energy is washed up. And because you do have empathy, you are human, you have a heart, a genuine one, what's happening is you're affected by how they're affecting you. Their energy is affecting you, even for the people who aren't doing it intentionally. So you may notice whenever you're around somebody specifically, your energy goes down. You feel me? And it may not even be nothing personal to this person. It's like, you know how many people You know how many people in the last like 6 weeks alone I've had to be like, yo, it don't even matter how long I knew you, to what capacity I knew you. I don't care if we at some point were sharing bodily fluids, bro. You's no good. Me being here in the middle of this, or at the edge of that, because of what you got going on and how you moving, a mí no me conviene. Y lo que a mí no me conviene, lo voto. Basura. So for those of y'all who don't speak Spanish, because I definitely just channeled my grandmother just now. Had to be. Basically what I said was, it don't benefit me. It don't benefit me to be in the mix or on the edge or on the brink or none of that. It's not benefiting me to be in your space. In the energy and space that you're in, because we all know misery loves company, right? That's the second oldest saying in the book, right? It's not benefiting me to do this. To be here, to be with you, to be your friend, to be. I gotta be everything for everyone. Fuck y'all. You know how the kids be like, respectfully, blah, 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 before they disrespect you. I never was the type. In the most disrespectful way possible, fuck y'all. Straight up. Especially those of y'all who knew and were aware of how your energy was draining mine. Period. I think for a long time, we were getting messages like this, but the collective as a whole was still very much like teetering on, but that's my sister. Like, how do I separate myself from my sister, you know? Or like, that's my husband, my wife. We've been married 25 years. How do I come away from that? You know, like these titles and the bonds that have formed for so many years, because time has been so funny like that. Like, think about where you was 5 years ago. You know how many conversations I've had in this last week? It's only Wednesday. You know how many conversations I've had in this last week talking about how 2020 was literally, that shit feels like it was last week. That shit was 5 years ago. We about 20 minutes away from saying Happy New Year's for 2026. We just was doing New Year's. I just was making pateles for fucking 6 days, bro. Like, we just about to go right back into that. Like, it's about to be Halloween in 20 seconds. New Year's is 20 minutes away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time. Time is funny like that. And time has been moving. First of all, literally, time has been moving faster because of what's going on with the actual globe, the world. We're actually, I think it's like by seconds. I'm not a scientist, bro. I don't know the correct terms, but if you Google it, I promise you, we're like, I think like point something seconds, the world is moving faster, spinning faster than it's ever spun before in recorded history. So it's not even like a thing where it's like, damn, time is flying. No, bitch, time is literally flying. Time is literally flying by. You know what I mean? And so, but what I was saying was that before, when we were picking this up, because we're about to be like 6 years on here, and we've been getting energy like this, but it was baby steps. No pun intended. I fucking put it in the damn title. But it definitely was baby steps where it was like people were really stressed out. Because it wasn't a fact of, it. First of all, it took us a long time to even realize that the people closest to us were probably the most toxic for us. That's why when 2020 came and you started seeing people who were together 10, 15, 20, 30 years and they were splitting up. And everybody was like, oh, COVID broke them. No, bitch. COVID set them free. What are you talking about? What do you mean? People were miserable for 10, 20, 15 years, settling with partners, with relationships, even platonic. It's, you know, mangled in friendships that were fucking trauma bonded with people that they didn't even like anymore. That it got to the point where so many people suffered with their mental health because they had been in the energy and dealing with so many people that they didn't even like or resonate with, that now it was reflecting on them. Now they were depressed. Now they were not liking themselves because of what was being brought out of them. COVID didn't break somebody. COVID set them free. You feel me? And I'm not just talking about COVID. I'm just talking in general. But that is my other phone ringing, and so that is my cue. I love you guys wholeheartedly. Last week I told you guys we were gonna be a little bit, you know, a few days because they were doing construction. They still got my patio halfway closed off, but I got like about a week or two before they gotta come back and take it out. So we are gonna be coming live every few days. I don't think I'm gonna be live tomorrow. I don't think so, but maybe Friday we'll probably be back live again. And so my bad, we were a few days off there. Shout out to everybody who's new. Shout out to all my members, always my OGs. You guys got new content loading now. For anybody who's new and has no idea what I'm talking about, my members get readings like I've tried to do every other day. Sometimes it's like every 2 days, but they do get a lot of readings. There's over 300 videos on the memberships. All my readings are timeless. I do personals. I had a lot of people emailing me about personals this last week for some reason. Something in the air. I don't know. Maybe they're clips, right? I do personal readings, but I only do personal readings for my diamond members, and that's to protect me and you because there's mad scammers out here in these streets. Don't get got, don't get scammed. What else was I supposed to tell y'all? That I love y'all and I appreciate y'all wholeheartedly because y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all was here with me for this hour because I was yapping for an hour, baby. I was yapping. I keep looking at the time because, bitch, I'm so late, but it's all right. Fuck it. I'm hungry. I want totones. That's not crazy. I want totones and yuca. That's mad random, but I think that's on the menu for tonight. Oh, and hit that like button, please, and thank you. And shout out to, I think it was my girl Bromilda, the last live that we did. Matter of fact, that makes me feel like, let me tap in with the chat just for like a minute or two before I get off here. Because y'all, you know, took y'all time out. So like, why not, right? But shout out to my girl Bromilda, because last week she was talking to somebody in the chat. I think it was Bromilda, or was it Soraya? It might have been them two having the conversation. That's not important. What's important is I didn't even know there was a thing about hyping lives. But now, every time I see, like listen to podcasts and see videos and shit, as I'm editing and doing stuff, I'll be like swiping, looking for the hype thing, and I'll be hyping everybody's shit like on YouTube. So like, shout out to y'all. Those of y'all who've been hyping my videos. I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. Girl, the goodbyes, they're terrible. They're terrible. Hi, Christina. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's an OG for real. I think Christina and Allison, I think been on my channel probably like since fucking day one. I remember comments, like reading comments early on. Like when I was like 2 videos in from Christina and Allison. Shout out to my girl Christina. The good old days, 6 hours with Liz in the car many nights. I miss those days. Yo, we about to be back to those days soon, baby. Soon. Y'all know the fall is my season. And the winter be acting up. So, y'all already know. Thank you, Moa. It's not your fault. They struggle. They're not dealing with their demons. It doesn't benefit you. It's misery, those company situations. Hi, Angie. I feel like last week I was live? I feel like the last live I was like, oh shit, my name is Angie too. I remember that. Hi, Jasenia. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, bro. Cause like, it's Wednesday, but like, it's. I mean, I'm not gonna front. I was about to front big time. Cause I was about to be like, is it Friday yet? But like, this week been cool. Because I done had some weeks where by Monday night, I'm like, all right, Friday, where you at? This week wasn't one of them. This week was calm, cool, collected, warm, fuzzy, all those things. So I hope that's been the same for everyone, even though I know it's highly unlikely. And like I said before, we're going to be live again in the next few days. I think today I only did like a few minutes, but I'm going to try. Y'all see that fly fucking with me? It's about to be a goner in a second. Promise you. But I'm going to do better the next live. And I'm going to set it at the link at least like an hour before we go live. Just to kind of give you guys some time. Thank you. I am from New York City. I live in Brooklyn, but I love to say I'm from the Bronx. I'm not from the Bronx, but I love the Bronx. I had that conversation with somebody recently too. Somebody was arguing with me that I'm from the Bronx. I'm like, listen, I would normally subscribe to that and say I am from the Bronx. But like, if we're being dead ass honest, I can't. I would love to claim the Bronx, but I can't claim it because I'm not born and raised there. I was born and unfortunately raised in Brooklyn. Like, I love Brooklyn too, but like the Bronx got a real soft spot in my heart. A real soft, fluffy, cozy spot in my heart forever, since I was like 12. You heard? Since I was like 12. Oh, you a creep. Yo, it's mad dark outside. So for some of y'all who don't know, I feed strays in my yard. Stray cats. It's mad dark outside. I turned like this because I felt something looking at me, and the cat is peeking between the blinds, and all I see is eyes looking at me. I'm surprised she didn't meow. She usually meows. You didn't want to interrupt me? No? Okay, I appreciate you. Let me go feed her because she usually don't come in the nighttime. Lito. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll be back in the next few days. Si Dios quiere. And like I said, don't forget to hit that like button, please. And thank you to move these videos, get them circulating. Let me get these totones popping, you heard? Because I'm starving.